Goodbye.
That was always a fun series to collect. Apparently it tells a pretty good story though. I was reading about like the synopsis of it. And you know the lady in Solitude, the wife of the High King that gets killed. It's about her
Yeah.
family line. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I could be feeding you a bunch of bullshit. Wait, what is this?
The Pig Children I kind of want to read, but it's expensive. What are we going to read today? Today we are going to read... The fuck was that, Fintius? I just...
What was that? What happened?
No, I came out and I went into my inventory, like, you know, I just bought this stuff from him, and then I left my inventory, I left that and went into my inventory and I hear, "Good day," and I'm like, why are you saying it so rude?
Good day to you, sir. May your tidings
Oh, this is a
be
long
pure.
book.
Read it. Get us
Today
started.
we're reading The Beggar Prince.
Okay.
We look down upon the beggars of the empire.
Shit.
These lost souls are the poor and wretched of the land. Every city has its beggars. Most are so poor they have only the clothes on their backs. They eat the scraps the rest of us throw out. We toss them coins so that we don't have to think too long about their plight. Imagine my surprise when I heard the tale of the Beggar Prince. I could not imagine what a prince of beggars would be. Here's the tale I heard. It takes place in the first age, when gods walked like men in Daedra, stalking the wilderness with impunity.
Yeah.
It is a time before they were all confined to oblivion. There once was a man named Weedle.
Oh, fuck you, girl. No wonder. Fuck.
Or maybe it was a woman. The story goes to great lengths to avoid declaring Weedle's gender. Weedle was the 13th child of a king in Valenwood. As such, Weedle is in no position to take the throne or even inherit much property or wealth. Weedle had left the place to find independent fortune and glory. After many days of endless forest, roads, and tiny villages, Weedle came upon 3 men surrounding a beggar. The beggar was swaddled in
You
rags
bitch.
from head to toe. No portion of the vagabond's body was visible. The men were intent on slaying the beggar. With a cry of rage and indignation, Weedle charged the men with sword drawn. Being simple townsfolk armed only with pitchforks and scythes, they immediately fled from the armored figure with the shining sword. "Many thanks for saving me," wheezed the beggar from beneath the heap of foul rags. Weedle could barely stand the stench. "What is your name, wretch?" Weedle asked. "I am Namira." Unlike the townsfolk, Weedle was well learned. That name meant nothing to them, but to Weedle it was an opportunity. "You are the Daedric Lord!" Weedle exclaimed. "Why did you allow those men to harass you? You could have slain them with a whisper." "I am pleased you recognize me," Namira rasped. "I am frequently reviled by townsfolk. It pleases me to be recognized for my attribute, if not for my name." Weedle knew that Namira was the Daedric Lord of all things gross and repulsive. Diseases such as leprosy and gangrene were her domain. Where others might have seen danger, Weedle saw opportunity. "O great Namira, let me apprentice myself to you. I ask only that you grant me powers to make my fortune and forge a name for myself that will live through the ages. Nay, I make my way alone in the world. I have no need for an apprentice." Namira shambled off down the road. Weedle would not be put off. With a bound, we're only halfway through the book.
No, it's good, man. I'm enjoying
Weedle
the
was
story.
at Namira's heel, pressing the case for an apprenticeship. For 33 days and nights, Weedle kept up the debate. Namira said nothing, but Weedle's voice was ceaseless. Finally, on the 33rd day, Weedle was too hoarse to talk. Namira looked back on the suddenly silent figure. Weedle knelt in the mud at her feet, open hands raised in supplication. "It would seem you have completed your apprenticeship to me after all," Namira declared. I shall grant your request. Weedle was overjoyed. I grant you the power of disease. You may choose to be afflicted with any disease you choose,
Oh shit.
changing them at will, so long as it has visible symptoms. However, you must always bear at least one. I grant you the power of pity. You may evoke pity in anyone that sees you. Finally, I grant you the power of disregard. You may cause others to disregard your presence. Weedle was aghast. These were not boons from which a fortune could be made. They were curses, each awful in its own right, but together they were unthinkable. How am I to make my fortune and forge a name for myself with these terrible gifts? As you begged at my feet for 33 days and 33 nights, so shall you now beg for your fortune in the cities of men. Your name will become legendary among the beggars of Tamriel. The story of Weedle, the Prince of Beggars, shall be handed down throughout the generations. It was as Namir predicted. Weedle was an irresistible beggar. None could see the wretch without desperately wanting to toss a coin at the huddled form. However, Weedle also discovered that the power of disregard gave great access to the secrets of the realms. People unknowingly said important things where Weedle could hear them. Weedle grew to know the comings and goings of every citizen in the city. To this day, it is said that if you really want to know something, go ask the beggars. They have eyes and ears throughout the cities. They know all the little secrets of the daily lives of its citizens. And that is the Beggar Prince.
That was pretty cool.
That would suck.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I was like, damn. Stupid Weedle.
I'll be back later. We'll do this once every now and again, but I want to keep reading more, but I feel like doing it all at once is just too much.
I'll read one in a second. I feel like it's only fair. Maybe you'll get the same ASMR that I got. Weedle. I liked it when you said Weedle. I was like, ooh, Weedle. You can touch my Weedle any day.
You know, it says it strays from like naming the gender, but it's called the Beggar Prince.
That's true. Oh, was Weedle the one that they weren't calling the gender out on? I thought it was
Yeah, it was like it's not known whether Weedle was a male or was a man or a woman. It strays from saying, or the stories stray from saying such.
Yeah, but it obviously doesn't. Have a book? I might have a book on me. Let's see. I have Immortal Blood and Purloined Shadows. Which one do you want?
I'm up for any.
Oh, they're about the same length. Alright. Purloined Shadows by Wahan Jarth. Chapter 1. The candle was lit, and the thief was standing there, blinking. Caught. She was young, rather dirty, wearing ragged black clothes that were surely quite smart and expensive weeks ago, when she had stolen them from one of the city's best tailors. The look of surprise slipped from her face, and she took on a blank expression as she put the gold back on the table. "What are you doing here?" the man with the candle asked, stepping from the shadows. "That's a stupid question," the girl replied, frowning. "I'm obviously robbing you." "Since nothing I have is missing," the man smiled, glancing at the gold on the table, "I would have to say that you're not robbing me. Attempting to rob me, perhaps. The question I have is why? You know who I am, I assume. You didn't just come in through an unlocked door." "I've stolen from everyone else." Okay. No, it's the girl. "I've stolen from everyone else. I've taken soul gems from the Mage Guild. I've robbed the treasury of the most secure fortress. Yeah. I cheated the Archbishop of Julianos. I even pickpocketed the Emperor Pelagius." Oh, Pelagius, man! "At his coronation. I thought it was your turn." "I'm flattered," the man nodded. "Now that your ambition has been thwarted, what will you do? Flee? Perhaps retire?" "Teach me," the girl replied, a little grin finding its way unconsciously on her face. "I picked all your locks. I slipped past your wards. You designed them. You know how difficult that was for someone without training. I didn't come here for 6 gold pieces. I came here to prove myself. Make me your student." The master of stealth looked at the little girl burglar. Your skill is not in need of training. Your planning is adequate, but I can help you with... Wait. Okay. Your planning is adequate, but I can help you with that. What is without hope is your ambition. You are past stealing for your livelihood. Now you steal for pleasure. For the challenge. That's a personality trait which is incurable and will lead you to an early grave. Haven't you ever wanted to steal from that which can't be stolen? The girl asked. Something that would make your name known forever? The master did not answer. He only frowned. Clearly I was fooled by your reputation. She shrugged and then opened a window. Though you might want a willing accomplice on some great act of thievery which you would go down in history. Like you said, my skill at planning is only adequate. I didn't have in my mind an escape route. But this will have to do. The burglar slipped down the sheer wall, dashed across the shadowy courtyard, and within a few minutes was back at her room in the rundown tavern. The master was waiting for her there in the dark. I didn't see you go past me, she gasped. You turned when you heard the owl call, he replied. The most important tool in the thieves' repertoire is distraction, either planned or improvised. I suppose your lessons have begun. And what is the final test? The girl smiled. When he told her, she could only stare. She had, it seemed, not misunderstood his reputation for daring, not at all. Chapter 2. For the week leading up to the 8th of Hearthfire.
Oh, we got chapters here.
Yeah, this is 18 pages, so we got 10 more pages. Above the skies above Rindale were dark and alive as clouds of crows blotted out the sun. Okay, so I was like, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, their guttural squawks and groans deafened all. The peasants wisely bolted their doors and windows, praying to survival that most unholy of days. Okay. On the night, they write this kind of weird. Like, it's not bad, it's just weird. It's not incorrect. On the night of summoning, the birds fell silent, their black, unblinking eyes following the witch's march into the glen. There were no moons to light the way, only the leader's single torch in the gloom. Their white robes appeared as indistinct shapes, like the faintest of ghosts. A single tall tree stood in the middle of the clearing, every branch thick with crows watching the procession without moving. The lead witch placed the torch at the base of the tree, and her 17 followers formed a circle and began their slow, strange, wailing chant. As they sang, the glow of the torch began to change. It did not diminish at all, but its color became more and more gray, so it seemed a pulsating wave of ash had fallen on the witches. Then it grew darker still, so that for a moment, though the fire yet burned, it was the darkest night in the forest. The penumbra continued until the torch was burning with a color without a name. Emptiness beyond mere blackness. It cast a glow, but it was an unnatural scintillation falling on the witches. The robes of white became black. The Dunmer among them had eyes of green and the ivory white of flesh. Those are dark elves, by the way, the Dunmer. The Nords appeared as black as coal. The crows watching overhead were as pure white as the witches, so basically everything got inverted. The Daedra princess nocturnal stepped out. Sorry, I'd never heard them called a princess before. They're usually all called prince. Stepped out of the pit of uncolor. She stood in the center of the circle, the tree of pallid crows, her throne, aloof, as the witches continued their chanting, dropping their robes to prostrate themselves naked before their great mistress. Wrapping her night cloak around her, she smiled at their song. It spoke of her mystery, of veiled beauty, of eternal shadows, and a divine future when the sun burns no more. Nocturnal let her cloak slide from her shoulders and was naked. Hell yeah, dude, Nocturnal's hot.
Oh.
Her witches did not raise the head from the ground, but continued their hymn of darkness. Now, said the girl to herself. She had been up in the tree all day, dressed in a ridiculous suit of mock crows. It was uncomfortable. But when the witches had arrived, she forgot all her aches and concentrated on being perfectly still like the other crows in the tree. Dude, I'd be terrified. It had taken considerable planning and study between her and the Master of Stealth to find the glen and to learn what to expect in the summoning of Nocturnal. Gently, silently, the burglar eased herself down the branches of trees, coming closer and closer to the Daedra princess. She let herself break her concentration for just a moment and wondered where the master was. He had been confident in the plan. He said that when Nocturnal dropped the cloak, there would be a distraction, and it would be quickly taken in. That instant provided the girl... It was taken in that instant, provided the girl was in position. Provided the girl was in position. Okay, that was kind of weird the way they worded it. At the precise right moment. The girl climbed along the lowest of the branches, carefully pushing aside the crows that were, as the master said, transfixed by the princess in her naked beauty. The girl was now close enough. If she only reached out her arm to touch Nocturnal's back. The song was rising to a crescendo, and the girl knew that the ceremony would soon be over.
This is straight up pornography.
She's gonna touch her back. What are you talking about? Nocturnal would clothe herself before the witches ended the chant, and the chance to take the cloak would be over. The girl... Oh shit, they're trying to steal Nocturnal's cloak! Ah! The girl gripped the tree branch tightly as her mind raced. Could it be that the master was not here at all? Was this conceivably the entire test? Was it to only show that it could be done, not to do it? The girl was furious. She had done everything perfectly, but the so-called master of stealth had proven himself a coward.
I don't think that's quite it.
Perhaps he had taught her a little in the months that it took to plan, but was it worth it? Only one thing made her smile. On that night, she had stolen into his stronghold. She had kept one single gold piece, and he had never suspected it. It was symbolic, as symbolic as stealing the cloak of Nocturnal in its way, proving that the master thief could be robbed. The girl was so lost on her mind that she thought she imagined it for a moment when a man's voice yelled out from the darkness, "Mistress!" The next word she knew she didn't imagine. "Mistress, a thief behind you!" The witches raised their head and screamed, ruining the sanctity of the ceremony. As they charged forward, the crows awoke and burst from the tree in an explosion of feathers and toad-like crows. Nocturnal herself whirled around, affixing the girl with her black eyes. "Who art thee who dares profane?" the princess hissed, as the pitch shadows flew from the body, enveloping the girl in a lethal chill. In the last instant before she was swallowed alive by the darkness, the girl to the... Oh shit, that gives me chills just reading it. In the last instant before she was swallowed alive by the darkness, the girl looked to the ground and saw that the cloak was gone, and she answered as she understood. "Oh, who am I? I'm the distraction." Oh, fuck! That was good. That was good. Favorite book right there.
Wait, is it over?
Yeah, that was it. Girl fucking dies, but the master thief stole Nocturnal's cloak. Fuck! She got played like a damn fiddle. Damn, man. I feel hollow now. I don't want to play the rest of this game. I'm done.
I want to know more.
It's crazy. Oh, fuck. This is gonna hurt. Shit.
I forgot this game had a lot of waiting and stalking missions.
Oh, this is Umbra! Oh, shit! I remember Umbra. Umbra was awesome. Oh, shit. Umbra's gonna kill me, though. I thought me and Umbra were supposed to talk it out. Wait, Umbra. Shit! Umbra killed me. Fuck, Umbra.
Wait, who?
Umbra? You never fought Umbra?
No.
She has like a super unique cosmetic, she has like a super... Damn it, I gotta collect all that shit again! She has a super unique set of, what you call it, armor. Ebony armor. I didn't know these were Umbra's ruins, though. If I did, I would've... Yeah, I don't think I can take Umbra right now. Bitch ass. I'm pretty sure you can talk to her, though. Like, she just attacked me, but I'm pretty sure you can talk to her.
This game proves that age doesn't matter.
What do you mean? Talking about like the age of the game?
Yeah.
Oh no, this game's...
Oh, the age of the people.
I mean, that's what I thought. Fuck.
What do you think this is, an anime game?
But Alice-san, I am only 3 years old. I don't give a fuck. It's Japan.
It's okay. It's what me, like, Andrew and Braxton, whenever we see somebody, it's like, you know what, I like that character. Dude, what's wrong with you? She's like 10. She's like 7.
Yeah, we're like 7 or something. Gonna fucking kill Umbra. Maybe
Oh
if
man,
I
you should
don't.
really watch Thor near and see what he does after work. He's been sitting here, just constantly drinking for an hour.
Oh shit, man.
And you know that, like, he just keeps like, take a drink, take a drink, take a drink, and I'm like, this gotta have a bottom to it. Like,
That's terrifying. Not what he's doing, but I was talking
it
to,
is. That's not good for his liver.
yeah, it's really not. Get him some poison ale. Kill him. I was talking to Umbra and she was like, my blade. Like, I talked to her at first and she was like, yes. And then I was like, I couldn't say anything, so I just left and she was like, my blade. It thirsts for souls. And then she didn't try to kill me, so there's a mission with her. So I remember coming here and she's like, oh, so you're the one that's going to combat me and finally, like, put to rest this curse. And I was like, I mean, I guess. Fine.
Thorner, you have a drinking problem for one.
Tell him. I feel bad. I just yawned in the mic really loud and somebody just joined, so they're gonna hate me. Vindasel. That is where Umbra's. I think you get her diary as well, and it says something about like how her suit of armor and stuff like took over her body.
Oh.
I know she used to be like a really like powerful warrior. Oh yeah. Shit. Well, I gotta come back. I'll come back and get these walking stones later. Got plenty at this point. Pata! Pata!
Ka-chow. Kerchew.
Kerchew.
Dude. Using Night Eye in the middle of the day is just not a good idea.
Yeah, it's weird. I did that on accident. I accidentally drank a potion.
Did you know Elon Musk is getting sued?
By what? He's always getting sued. What are you talking about?
It's by...
Is it by that guy that crashed his automatic or his self-driving car? Because he fell
No,
asleep
the
in it?
SEC. Because he was all like, oh, don't worry, we have these funds secured. And they were like, those funds are in fact not secure, and now he could like lose his position in Tesla.
Sucks for him, man.
And then they were also posting, yeah, he wanted the company to go private, or he said something about like the company going private and the stocks being, or some price. He's like, yeah, we sell for 420. I thought it'd be funny, or I thought my girlfriend would find it funny. I'm just like, I don't think that's a very professional,
Wait, what did he say? Or what did you...
let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Musk chose 420 price for Tesla shares for the pot reference, and they were like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I thought my girlfriend would find it funny. Oh shit, I was zoned out and I wasn't paying attention. He left.
Thor, run here!
Have to go sneaky mode. Even though he... Khajiits are in a hurry.
Khajiits doing business, dude. Khajiits don't motherfucking play.
You know, I wish I could I wish I could choose my race based like how Grandma Curry does.
What?
This time I went Khajiit because, I always figured if I were in this kind of world, I'd want to be a merchant. And, the Khajiits are good for that. They pilfer the caves and whatnot, looting the bodies and chests for
She
what
always
they can
plays as
find, and
Khajiits
then
though.
go from town to town and sell them.
Are you actually watching her now?
I watched a couple of them,
Yeah.
but
I
I
mean, she
just
does
remember
simple
that from the
streams.
first one.
She's not funny or
Yeah,
anything.
but
She's
I
just
don't expect
she's
like
cool. Yeah,
it's
she's
just like
fuck. My game crashed. Are you serious? I've been walking for a goddamn hour. Shit. Fuck.
well, do you want to play some Divinity?
Yeah, we can. Bye, fellas.